pick out of Micah Washington, Rick Ware Racing, Parts Plus, Jacob Constructions, KTM. The number 1 by Cody Kopp. Starting second from Forbes, Australia, Hinson Racing, Yamaha Racing, Monster Energy Yamaha, the 59, Tom Drain. Third pick from Hillsboro, Illinois, JPG Motorsports Honda, the 88, Chase Sadoff. Last bike on the front row from Petaluma, California, Vincent Construction, P&M Motorcycle, 75, Terran Santero. Bikes are just now rolling onto the racetrack. Here comes our second row. First pick on that second row from Guilford, Indiana. Big R, Little Debbie Racing, Vincent Construction Honda, the 63, the Jet, Jared Lowe. Up next from Kinzers, Pennsylvania, American Honda, Mission Foods, Castor Oil Entry, the 265, Evan Renshaw. Up next is his teammate, also American Honda, Mission Foods, Castor Oils Honda from Guilford, Indiana, the 48, Trent Lowe. And the last pick on that second row from Simi Valley, California, First Impressions Media HT Husqvarna, the 19, James Ott. Row number 3, first pick is the 55 from Effingham, Illinois, doing for Sluggo Racing, Raggio Racing, Unsettled Racing, on to KTM, the 55, Tyler Raggio. Next will be the Bakers, California rider, doing for Scott Carson at USA Mortgage, Mike Helm, Honda, the 132, Bronson Pierce. From Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, doing it for Benson Construction, American Harley-Davidson on the Yamaha today. The 24 bike, Showtime, Hunter Bauer. Last pick on that third row from Raynham, Massachusetts, Schaefer's Motorsports, South Shore Designs, KTM, the 131, Evan Kelleher. Row number 4, first pick from Highland, Kansas, Diamond Auto Body, St. Joe Powersports Honda, the 106, Reese Podor. Up next from Castle Rock, Washington, JCM Construction, Wankers Corner, KTM, the 40 bike, Olin Kistler. Up next from Midland, Michigan, Races Harley-Davidson, J&M Logging Honda, the 56, Jordan Jean. The last bike on the fourth row from Lodi, California, Team TDR, Unsettled Racing Yamaha, the 115, Justin Anselmi. And starting tail of the field from Ramona, California, ECG Racing, AM Ortega, KTM, the 82 bike, Travis Pettin. How about it, Peoria? This is main event number 1, your Parts Limited AFT Singles class. Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Bubba Blackwell said he'd pick up that Harley for you and store it, and he promises he won't ride it.
I believe Bubba would do most of what he just said there, except for the not ride it part.
He has to ride everything he has.
Yeah.
Sure miss
But I
Bubba.
appreciate that. Thank you, Bubba.
Yeah. The world record holder has broken every single one of Evil Knievel's records on a Harley-Davidson XR750.
I mean, that is just, putting that whole sentence together is pretty crazy, right?
He might have broke as many bones. I'm not sure the total count on either one of them, but
yeah.
I was glad that never happened when I was there working for him.
Yeah.
Oof. Lining them up, getting set to go. Ooh, we heard that loud and clear.
They're ready to go, huh?
Somebody said fire him up. I think that was
P?
Big P. Yeah, I think that was Big P. He's ready to go. He's got a flight to catch.
Yeah, he does.
Are you ready?
I am ready. This is going to be great.
Uh-oh, somebody's pushing their bike off the line. That's Kelleher on the 131.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to take that siding lap. I don't know. He's getting on the way. Now they got their finger up. So Kelleher, now he's pulling back out there. And now his heart's racing. He's in his rookie season, coming off his best career finish at 5th place at DuQuoin. That poor kid's heart is racing right now.
It seems like a little thing, right? But when you're out there, it is a big thing.
Definitely not. Look at they tore up the track a little bit down here in 1 and 2. It's going to be good.
I don't think we expected that, did we? Not 3 and 4, but 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely at the other end. And we saw the low line was coming in, but we also saw Chase Sadoff chasing the high line down there in turns 1 and 2. We'll see.
Definitely some water in 1 and 2, or 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're going to see where it all plays out. I think today you've got to get a good start. You got to be up there in the top 4 spots off the starting line.
You know, you hate saying that, right? Because obviously that's important every time, everywhere we go, no matter what form of racing you're talking about.
Right.
But if you really understand the game, yes, there are times like today where even just a little bit better of a start can make a huge difference. And I think that's what the riders have been talking about.
Yeah, you know, the top 4 have got an extra race. They got to run the challenge race, so they were just most recently on the racetrack. That might be a little bit of an advantage, but finishing in the top 2 spots of your heat race, you get that advantage.
Yeah. Have you figured the inside better than the outside, or what do you think today?
Cody Kopp keeps going down there. I think it's got to work. If he can let off earlier, let the other guys go in deeper, it worked for him in the heat race.
You see the sign over there on the board, 8 minutes. That's going to be the distance, 8 minutes and 2 laps for our main event for the Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker. We are about to go. Here come the revs. Everybody's focused. We're underway. Big handfuls of throttle. Here we go into one drain with a fantastic start. Has Kopp by a bike length. Kopp goes wide. Is that Sadov up the inside?
Sure
is. And he's back up into second, and Chase is charging.
Yeah, Chase threaded the needle. He watched what the leaders were doing and did something different. It was a nice move.
Where's he gonna go? Inside on drain is where he's going.
There he goes.
Sadov going for the lead. Sadov, oh, can't get there as they come up onto the front straightaway.
I think the 59 got on the groove and got the drive a little bit stronger than the 88 did, so he will lead lap number 1, talking about Tom Drain.
They open up that bottom lane, but nobody can get down there as Sadov comes right up alongside of Drain again to the jump.
He's really applying the pressure early on in this one, the 88 bike is.
And that's what he did to Kopp, but Kopp was able to weather the storm in their heat race. Here he goes again on the bottom. This time I think he's gonna clear him. He does. Sadov to the line. Will he get credited with the lead?
Ooh, man.
Yep, he sure does. Chase Sadov had him at the line by 0.02 of a second.
Cody Kopp hanging on to it back there in third. He was up out of the saddle in turn number 2.
So we know Chase can charge and chase after you, but can he lead? That's a whole different ballgame,
It's
Scott.
very hard to lead a race. You have to hit your marks every single time, and the track will continue to change every single lap.
Look how rough this is on this pass. Chase just fighting it all along the way, but not getting out of the throttle. And it's got to be a scary moment for Drain, because he can see out of the corner of his eye, he can see that Chase is closing and passing, but fighting with it at the same time.
Yeah,
and you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly. So Sadov will continue to lead right now. The battle's heating up for second. Right now it's Drain, but here comes Cody Kopp, our points leader back there in that third position. He's got to get by the 59 if he wants to keep the 88 by close.
Best thing that could happen for Sadov is this fight right here for second place, because those two are going to mess with each other for a while. Not for long, apparently, as Kopp gets around him.
He just went in high, came off low, and made the pass on 59. Now the one bike will set his sights on the 88.
That could have bought Chase a couple of laps out front and easy cruising, but nope. Now Kopp has cleared Drain, and he's going after the Honda mounted rider right away.
Chase has to hit his marks, continue to drive forward. Don't think about who's behind you. Don't even look back. Just focus on what's ahead of you.
You'll hear them when they get there if they do. Half a second the gap between first and second place right now.
And Drain is right now on the back tire. Cody Kopp applying the pressure, looking to get that second position back. So a nice recovery for the 59, but he lights up the rear tire right there and gets really sideways and loses touch with the one bike.
That hurt him.
Definitely.
Kopp lost 0.2 of a second, Kristen, on that last lap.
Yeah, guys, for Chase Sadov, Tom Drain, Cody Kopp, all of these riders we expected to be in the mix here in the singles class. They made some major adjustments to the bike to get them ready for this Peoria TT. Obviously, they're working with a front brake, so a right-handed brake. They also are using an up pipe. Now, that means the shaping of the pipe, and as it leans towards the back of the bike, can sometimes get hot for those Honda riders. So you'll notice that there's a piece of carbon wrapped around Chase Sadov's pipe. That's because it was getting so hot, it was actually burning through his leather. So a piece of carbon to kind of cool that area down for him and protect him a little bit more out here on the Peoria TT. All these riders making these small little adjustments from what would normally be a standard 450 for American flat track with one of those down pipes, now riding with an up pipe this weekend.
When Drain got real wide coming off the floor that time.
I saw something bounce maybe off of a bike or maybe just a dirt cloud down that back jump. We'll have to keep an eye on these top 3 riders. It was from one of those top 3 for sure, but...
Oh, we got a rider down, first one of the day.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
24. It's Bauer.
Bauer, I'm sorry.
You're right. Bauer on the 24 bike. You see he's in the braking bumps right there, misses the corner, and the handlebars are completely twisted around his right front brake lever. They have a guard that goes in front of that brake lever. It has been completely up, and obviously the airbag suit has been deployed on him, and he didn't get into the air fence, so he abruptly came to a stop. And when the track is wet and sticky like that, you thud and you stop, and that's when that hurts really bad. If you can slide for a while and slow down before you hit something, that's better. But when you hit and land hard, it definitely will take the wind right out of you.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling some discomfort in there.
Right shoulder,
Shouldering his shoulder.
So it sounds like to me a
Might have
high
been where
side.
he went into the ground, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what happened.
We're looking for the 24 bike. He's the second one. Now he's going to, yep, here he comes. Oh, he just lost the front end. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, right shoulder. And he had his arm up, so that might be the shoulder blade or the rotator cuff right there, because assuming that he was going down shoulder first would have been collarbone, but his actual arm was already lifted up trying to brace himself for that fall. So that's going to hurt for a while. Tough break for the 24 bike. Hunter Bauer from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, the rider going down. He was actually running up there around 9th place when that happened. That's our first incident of the day.
Yeah.
The rest of the bikes come over here to the hot and the cold box. You're not allowed to work on those motorcycles. If you do, you'll start at the back of the pack.
All right, Kristen, what can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm down here next to Tom Drain's bike, and he's getting some coaching right now, not only from Nick Daniels, but also from his mechanic and crew chief, and obviously Nick Daniels, father to Dallas Daniels, who's watching at home. Tom, just a second ago, I overheard you guys talking about the throttle control. You felt like you could barely touch it. Why is that?
The track's just pretty slick out there, and you just got to be real smooth and ride like to the best you can, because it's pretty gnarly.
When you say pretty gnarly, in what ways is it gnarly for you on the track?
It's just really rough out there.
How does that affect you on the bike? Does it upset you on the bike? Does it make the bike hard to control?
It just makes it a lot harder to ride the bike because it's moving around a lot, so you just got to stay real focused and try to get over those bumps.
Tom, you were telling me earlier today that growing up in Australia, you raced a lot of TTs. What kind of experience or what kind of knowledge did you bring going into this Peoria TT and the one that you were in last year?
Yeah, it definitely helped to be able to ride here last year, know the track, but our track's a bit similar back home. Not quite as like this because we don't have the jump, but yeah.
Guys, Tom Drain, one of our favorite Aussies in the paddock, making a go at this Peoria TT.
He's got a good run going right now. He's up there third. What he's got in his favor is he can watch what Cody Kopp and Chase South are doing, but again, that might be detrimental because he's behind him. He needs to get up there and get in the mix a little bit. He's made a couple of mistakes, so now he can regroup, refocus, talk to his team. I saw J.D. Beach was out there for a moment, too, talking to him. So, you know, it's a team effort.
Absolutely.
And while we were interviewing, or while Kristen was interviewing him, we did see the 24 Hunter Bauer did get up. I know I heard some applause over there. You fans here in Peoria are awesome, so it sounds like he's going to be all right. He's walked off the track on his own power, so good thing for him is that bike didn't land on him or pounce him when he was going down. But there he is, walking back slowly to the pit area. So he's going to be credited, it looks like, with possibly 16th places. Justin Anselmi did not make the start. He had motorcycle issues in both practice and qualifying, and in his heat race only finished 4 laps. So the long walk back to the pit area. Hunter, I hope you're okay, man. Heal up soon. We'll see you in a couple days. There you go. He's just waving at you. Yeah.
Good to see you, Hunter.
See him in Rapid City.
Kristen, Terran Santero was 4th when the red came out. How's he doing?
He's told me that earlier in the day he felt like he was riding a pogo stick on the track. They made some adjustments, but now he's looking for traction. But he has been impressive all day long. A really good day for Santero.
A triple-digit pogo stick. Not a fun day.
No, I mean, and we saw Chase was riding the pogo stick earlier too. It's just you set up your suspension either for the jump or the corner, and you have to give and take. Where do you want to be stronger at? And I think, you know, if you can hang on to it, you'll be all right. So they're pushing the 75 bike out here. Maybe that thing's not firing up, so they're trying to give it a little push start. That's the old school, and some of those Hondas don't like doing that. Those 450s. He's having trouble getting it started. You might have to actually back it off. When they have those slipper clutches in there too, it's hard to get those things to fire up. It's popping, but it's just not firing up all the way.
Trying to get it.
Man, and now his heart's gonna be racing. His dad's running out of gas.
Well, it's gonna be racing for a few reasons, right?
Back it off, Terran, and see if we can try it again. There he goes. It fired up. He hit the start button and it fires up.
It's like, oh, I forgot I gotta hit that button.
Well, it turned over enough times. I think it maybe got the engine up on top dead center. And it's easier to fire that thing off. So Uh-oh, somebody's got their hand up. That's the 106 of Podor. I think he's looking for a tear off or two, or trying to get his lens back on, but there they snapped something in. So let's line them up. Let's go back to work. 8 minutes plus 2 laps. We got, looks like we got about halfway through, just about halfway, Ralph.
Yep, getting ready to get after it again. Here we go. Good start for Chase Sadoff. He beats Kopp to the corner. Train working the bottom. Lets it eat, gets it up wide, and Sadoff leads him over the jump. There goes Santero up the inside.
He was running fourth, but he got a bad start. The 2-turner Hondas got past him down there in turns 1 and 2.
On onto the front straightaway. Halfway sign is out, so we're inside of 4 minutes and 2 laps to go. Here comes Cody putting the pressure on Sadoff. Nice drive off the corner. New leader at Peoria.
And what he did is he took that line away and ran Chase all the way to the edge of the grass. That was aggressive. It was still smart racing, though. There goes Chase right to the edge of the groove down there in the final corner. Here they come on the front straightaway. Kopp leads them to the start-finish line. Sadoff is there, so is Tom Drain.
And so far, as hard as Tom Drain is trying, he just can't seem to get the pace of the top 2 in front of him.
He's got him in his sights, but he just cannot close up and try to make a pass.
Yeah. Here's how Kopp got the lead. Watch this.
The door was open right there, and he's, kind of shoves his way through, and no contact is made, but he runs Chase up to the very edge of the grass, and the 1 bike goes to the lead. Kopp continues to lead right now. He's got a little bit of breathing room back to Sadoff. Train in third. Santero's made his way back up to 4th place now, so the bad restart for the 75, he's making up for it right now.
There goes the top 3. Here's 4th place right here with Santero.
Oh, look who's getting in the mix.
Renshaw.
63's coming up there. Jared Lowe. He's got to deal with his brother, Trent Lowe, and then Renshaw right there in front of him. You can hear the tires chirping going into turn number 1 like we heard the twins earlier in their heat races, so the track's drying back out. That red flag definitely did not help the track.
No, and Scotty, probably not a lot going to be done to the track between the end of this race and the start of the Super Twins main, so.
They only have the time when we're on the podium to go out there and sprinkle some water on it and get ready for that Twins race. So what you see is probably what you're going to get. And Jared Lowe has gotten by Trent Lowe and has moved up to the 6th position last time by.
Inside of 2 minutes and 2 laps to go. So this one winding down quickly.
This is the best battle. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right here. 4 Hondas battling for 4th through 7th. 2 Turner Hondas and 2 other Hondas out there. Santero leading this pack. A good run by Terrence Santero. T-Money's up to 4th right now. He's been up there. He was 4th. He made it to the challenge race, and he's looking for a great finish on that 82 bike, or that 75 bike.
Boy, that rear wheel of Santero's just smacked that outside wall coming off at 2, that dirt wall.
Back up front, Cody Kopp continues to lead, this time by 0.539. Whoa, no, man, as we go right back to him, he gets really sideways. Now there's blood in the water. Here comes the 88 bike.
Chase is going to apply the pressure now. Here he comes.
Did you see how far he jumped that jump, Ralph? Here comes the 88 bike.
Thinking inside is what Chase is going for, and he's got it. Makes it past the middle of the 2 corners. Chase Sadoff out front with 40 seconds and 2 laps to go.
One mistake by Cody Kopp right here, the last lap, allowed the 88 bike to really jump the jump and get up there and take the lead away from the 1 bike. Time's running out, Ralph. Who's going to win it?
Inside of 30 seconds and 2 laps to go. Chase with a nice gap going down into turn number 3.
Looking for 2 in a row in the state of Illinois. He won DuQuoin a couple of weeks ago.
Boy, and there is nothing similar to DuQuoin and Peoria.
Not just, they're in the same state. That's it.
That's it.
And he's from Illinois. All the way up in the grass. Sadoff's pushing the limit on the 88 bike.
Clock has gone to 0, so when we come past the start-finish line, Big P will tell them 2 to go.
Cody goes in really deep in that final corner, looking for some traction. Here they come.
2 to go. There it is. All right, Chase Sadoff out front. What will Cody Kopp do? Will he stay right there in the wheel tracks? Will he go outside or inside?
He just looked back coming off that final corner.
Thinking it might be outside here off of 2. Can't get there. Will he try the high side again down here at the far end of the racetrack? Sadoff tries to protect the bottom a little bit, drifts up. Here comes Kopp looking, can't get the traction he needs. He's gonna have one more shot at him. White flag is out.
Drain is right there on the back tire of the one bike.
Chase Sadoff got his first national victory earlier this year, then backed that up. Now can he get his first TT win? And it would be his first win here at Peoria. Coming down into the final 2 corners, Sadoff out front on the Honda. Kopp trying to get there. He was hoping to get a win here at Peoria, something he had never done. Checkered flag awaits. Look at the line, Chase. There it is. The winner at the Peoria TT in the Parts Unlimited AFT singles presented by Kicker is Chase Sadoff on the 88. And a great ride here this afternoon.
2 wins in a row in the state of Illinois for an Illinois rider.
And he's celebrating with the fans. Is he ever pumped?
He should be. He earned that one.
Well, he has gotten the momentum, he has gotten the confidence, and he's going to be a threat each and every week from now on.
Definitely. Man, how cool is that? He won at DeCoin just 2 weeks ago. He's got the Brian Bigelow replica helmet. That's the team owner. There's Biggs right there. He's looking for who's going to get this victory lap. Who is it going to be? I see that. That guy's holding a chicken.
Yeah, the rooster, right?
I think so. There's Dad.
Dad's going, I got this one.
Brian's going to give big
Brian's
hug
like,
right
if
there.
I could sit on that front fender, I'd go with you.
I think it's the helmet. He's wearing the Brian Bigelow replica helmet. Here's the VP checkered flag. He's one of your own, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Chase Sadoff.
Well, he got a half-mile win at Dallas, right?
A mile win.
The mile at DeCoin, now at TT.
Oh, we have a short track to wrap
and we
up
have
this
a
season.
short track coming up. He could do a
Grand Slam.
Season-long Grand Slam in a single.
Yeah, in a single season. Man.
How about that?
Mike Sadoff retired early. He worked at a prison. He retired early to take Chase Sadoff racing when he was 14 years old. Caught the eye of Turner Honda. Now he's on the JPG Honda, and he's got 3 wins here in the 24 season. He's getting it figured out, and look at the smile.
You know Mike Turner's got to be pumped. Oh.
Brian Bigelow's
Brian
pumped.
Bigelow again.
Yeah.
Well, here's a look at those results. Sadoff, Kopp, Train, Santero, and Renshaw. Renshaw had a good afternoon. We didn't see him much in this main, but he put together a good run.
He charged himself all the way up to the 5th spot. Jared Lowe is 6th. Trent Lowe ahead of, Jared's ahead of his older brother. James Ott gets an 8th. Tyler Raggio. And how about Travis Pettin starting 17th, gets all the way up to 10th. An excellent finish of that main event for him. Kelleher, Kistler, Podor, Pierce, Gene, Hunter Bauer went down, caused that red flag, and Justin Anselmi did not make the start, unfortunately. So we'll have the victory podium here in just a minute. A little track maintenance before our final race of the day. Mission Super Twins main event coming up in just a moment.
Kristen, he's got a half mile, a mile, and now a TT. He might get that season sweep here.
He very well could, Ralph, and this also marks his 3rd win of the season and his 5th consecutive podium finish. Chase, it just seems as though you're starting to really find your flow. Where is this confidence stemming from, and who would you attribute it to?
I would say it's all coming from Brian Bigelow and Troy Barber and Mark Muth and everybody else that puts into our team. Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, I came to Peoria, my rookie year and the year before, and I couldn't even make it on the podium. I knew I had the speed to go run up front this track. It was just so hard to figure out my corner speed, and we finally got it done today. Hats off to Cody. He made a big mistake, and I just slipped under him. But other than that, he had that race in the bag. But that's why you keep pushing the whole race, I guess. But yeah, I like to give a huge shout out to my mom and dad for everything they've done for me. You know, I've been coming to this track since I was on a 65. I remember doing the exhibition race here in 2015, and Scotty was telling me that I was going to be racing out here with Henry one day, but Henry, what happened? Whatever. But huge thank you to Dan Calkins and Iowa City Brake, Light Shoe, Helmet House, Cortec, CD Boots, man, Brian Bigelow, JPG Trucking, Jared, Luke, and Parker Guan. All those guys do so much for me while I'm up in Michigan. Yeah, I'm running out of things to say, but thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting. I appreciate all my hometown fans. Thank you.
Well, his fans sure aren't running out of things to say. If you guys could see this victory lane here in his home state of Illinois, there is something special about Illinois and Chase Sadoff.
Here's a look at how the racing went as Sadoff saw the door open up and went for it. But you could see him get that handful of throttle right there in center of the corner, push that 88 out in front. The Honda responded, got the traction to the ground, and he was gone.
Chase leads 13 total laps. Cody Kopp leads 6, and Tom Drain led the first lap, but would settle today for third place. Look how pumped up he was. Chase Sadoff taking a win.
Boy, Scotty, you and I were talking about since day one with him at his first national. We were like, should have won that night at Volusia. And now this kid is really starting to come on the way we all thought he would and starting to rack up some of these wins. And we go back down to Kristen.
Cody Kopp has secured 10 podiums in 11 starts. Your points leader leaving Peoria. Cody, but one big mistake in turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big one. I definitely didn't have the first few laps when we had that first start of the race, and then Hunter went down. I hope he's all good. But we had a good restart, and I found a line there in 1 and 2 that was killer, and just couldn't figure out 3 and 4. Kept slipping wide, and then one time Chase was there. And he rode great. I pushed him hard those last 3 laps. I'd lose a bunch on this end and gain it all back going up the jump, but he rode great. So it's cool when this is the podium just about every round. We're just swapping positions. So it's been a fun year, and I'm looking forward to more.
Cody, we will see you when we head to the Black Hills half mile in Sturgis, South Dakota next week. Guys, this singles class is really heating up.
Yep, a week from Tuesday we'll be at Black Hills, Rapid City. Scotty, here's the points.
5 wins for Cody Kopp, but Chase Sadoff is closing the gap. He's got 3 wins now. He's trying to tighten it up between the 1 and the 88. Tom Drain, he's got 3 wins himself. He's 3rd. Trent Lowe is 4th, and James Ock rounding out your top 5.
And we'll go back to Kristen one more time.
Tom Drain rounding out the podium here today at the Peoria TT in the AFT singles class. Tom, before this restart, you and I talked about throttle control and how you could manage that race. What were you mindful of during that race as it relates to the throttle?
It just had to be real smooth out there. The track was pretty rough, and it was getting really slick towards the end there too, so we just had to be real smooth on the throttle just to be able to get around the corners, but just seemed to be lacking a little bit sort of in that main there. Weren't able just to get quite on the back of the Cody and Chase. They did a good job out there. I can't thank my whole team enough for all the effort we put in all day and the whole season so far. We've, like, even today, just out there, we've improved so much over the day and got the bike to the best it's been all day, so can't thank them enough.
Well done, Tom, our favorite Aussie out here. Congratulations, rounding out the podium in the AFT singles class.
All right. One more race to go, Scott.
Yeah, he was just like he was talking about. He talked about it during the red flag too. Just getting on that throttle control is so important when the track slicks off like it did. So Tom Drain's getting it figured out. Another podium for him.
Well, I like the fact, Scotty, that he said, you know, the team worked at it all day and the bike was the best it had ever been. At the end of the day, well, even though you just finished 3rd, you didn't get the win, but you are on the podium. The team got you there, helped give you what you need, whereas the competition was all fighting at the very end to get their bikes to the finish.
Exactly.
One more race to go here at the Peoria TT. There's the winner's trophy to Chase Sadoff.